Abusia, Kelvin tell us says Samira Bawumia, air former second lady of a jail. Or say Akroma no flee first class echo India, so Korea Kumbagia. And a bium Samira Bawumia na Itrianica illegal or near Kufadere. Konig or Muchomaka illegal. So with this no, where a secret be a better there was from jail until they will go to jail because OS mean prepare sorry, Attorney General where there was someone because Samira Bawumia was what? Paid illegally so that she will go to jail. You could take a Kelvin tell her and some of the two drivers and Samira. Said Samira Bawumia to first class Ako India or actors. And no chain. Samira was also jail because illegal na or salary. Now wages for causing financial loss to the state. You could change every Kelvin tell her. I was not able to the TV, so then I'll read media and not subscribing.
Were we not here? And a Samira Bawumia, a two plane, Echo India, Kunkumbadia. She was just a second lady. She left the country, flew first class, chartered the flight, went to India to look for some India from Krasiphobia or soap opera. At our expense. We were here. Samira Bawumia, any Ekufuado's wife, Rebecca, they were being paid illegally. So as we see, Chief Justice Tokonu, they were paid illegally. They are supposed to be in jail. We were here. And Rebecca Ekufuado formed a company. My sister's keeper. They stole money from the government. We were here. And Brian Champon wanted to sell Senate hotels to himself. Brian Champon. We were here, and I decided to say, street hotels or Ghana, I will say about the personal property. This fool wants to be president. Champa will do. These are the things we are talking about. These are things that shocks Ghanaians. These are things that we are living through. It's going to take years. It's going to take years upon years for us to understand, say, this party MPP, a Ghanaian can be comfortable with it. Do you know what we are going through? Do you know what we have gone through? There are so many things I've not even spoken about. I was West Wagon. Brian Champon led thugs. A cry team, Samira Juma, also Brian Champon. Right now, make us say, also Anka or jail. He ordered men to go and fire at fellow Ghanaians. And later went to sit on radio and said, this is just the beginning. Brian Champon. There are so many things. The NPP is a dangerous demonic machine. It is a killing machine. They killed their own person. They killed JB Dankwa. They killed John Kuma. The NPP is dangerous. I want me to sit here and say Ghanaians should forget. And that when I come to sit here, I should not remind Ghana for pensioners. I should not remind nurses for. I should not remind police for. I should not remind businessmen, contractors. I should forget about all these things. The NPP is a killing machine. And we are not supposed to fall for their lies. We are just 5 months into John Mahama's first term. We are not going anywhere. We are going to stick with Ghanaians. We are going to use the facts to guide them, protect them, educate them, and make sure this NDC government led by John Mahama, this NPDC government, they stay in power for 42 years. I am not kidding. From what you are seeing as a Ghanaian, so who was school, so you're Ghanaian, so one can say, this government, you're a buy away for the next 40 years, sir. Nobody will travel out of Ghana. Your nananum will live in Ghana and they will be content because this government and this president, they are building Ghana from the scratch. My name is Kelvin Taylor. It's accepted money in choosing candidates in 2024 elections. So this is quite vague. It's vague because choosing a presidential candidate or choosing candidates for their respective parties. Now, say a two it's fine. Say one cry, it's fine. Now, it shouldn't say 11% of every political party. So a woman presidential candidate, party contest elections, say 11% jiskadia. And the Mahamudu Bawumia krano. That means say the onya so 62% is 63% during our primaries. Now it's about Bawumia krano we nyasa. Say for general elections as well. That means say Bawumia krano say 11% way yaka say NDC for nkwampo and I say bi omuji sika koto abana ya 11% way ekoka Bawumia 38 no one still Bawumia to be cross the percentage that we need for him to become president, meaning abane de say born animo say born two Mahamudu Bawumia can never be president, and he can't be president because statistics in actually say Kronoa offer so ebed lead MPP no. Sa Krono no krampo no at the end of the day. See ye free ho krampa still Bawumia to be the president. Yama cannot here. You see 11% of voters accepted money in choosing a candidate in 2024 elections. So I will limit myself to respective political parties going into their primaries. Into Yanfan is MPP, Bawumia percentage onyaye. Say 11% no. Yede beka Bawumia crampo vote one. That means say percentage na near pama Bawumia win general elections no. Bawumia still cannot win election 2024. Yanfan say we the Akroma NDC for nkwa anko ama Bawumia still Mahamudu Bawumia cannot win the elections. In this obi ana you say or parody Mahamudu Bawumia in 2028. That person is basically wasting his time. Because no matter how the numbers they are moved around, no matter how the numbers are interchanged, no matter how we try to, to do things to favor Bawumia when it comes to the arithmetics, and I'm matter, Bawumia, a positive number. No matter how you push Bawumia still cannot cross 50 plus 1. Into Mahamudu Bawumia no namhono. Me say somebody no share pum. Namu de free pum na no kosha bonsam gem. Namu de ne ba namu de be hye pitomu. Namu yine de be hye edutuwa betesim. Namu de eye abonike efo le ni ase. Namu sa san bentoa eye ebeto da. Bawumia still cannot win elections in Ghana. The best he can do is 38%. Me say 2028. What about Bawumia ba? You are looking around 24%. Yeah. The MPP. Some of the Bawumia about 2028, you are looking around 24%. What about Canada, Japan, but the honest truth is, why we have Mumbro 12%. I'm telling you. Because you see, more candidates, they are not appealing. They don't appeal to Ghanaians. You see, more mistake and say, you pick candidates who appeal to the NPP. A political party should be able to pick a candidate, a presidential candidate that appeals to the people. Now that means that presidential candidate should cut across or to me appeal people who are not even MPP and people who are not even affiliated with any political party. Now what the MPP you do every time and they say, you always look out for somebody party and international realistically 2020 for the lose elections now. 2016 it was NDC that lost the elections. They allowed you people to put your narrative on the elections. Until time NDC realizes some of the narrative at 2 elections, so it was too late. And until the real elections in 2020, you were surprised. Say the same John Mahama who left power in 4 years or 3 years came back with that number and brought the NDC to 137. It should clearly tell you, say in 2020, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo lost the elections. And into 2024, the election results, it wasn't shocking to real Ghanaians. Into the real numbers you saw in 2024, those are the numbers that were supposed to show in 2020. 2016, the NPP created a narrative and placed in the head of Ghanaians and also placed on the elections. Into almost 30-year press conference, a creative impression is say NDC lose the election with 900,000 votes, 1.1 million votes. So Ghanaians had no option than to accept a narrative. So it got to a point whereby if you try to oppose the narrative, then you become the person trying to block our democracy. Into at a point, they made Charlotte say, they put her in the corner and they created that impression in the heads of Ghanaians. So Charlotte say, even though she had not gotten all the results, she was forced to declare the elections because at that point, the NPP, they had forced that narrative in the heads of Ghanaians. So when we need election, with over 900,000 votes, and that Charlotte say or Mahama Nipa and Charlotte say cannot count all the numbers. Baby Druno, this is the result. In the Samia Ukumo and Sankwasiafon started putting press conferences, putting pressure on Charlotte say, and then forcing Ghanaians to get on the street to say NPP winning. NPP winning election with over 1 million votes. How come in less than 4 years? So flagship program nina ye juma. So flagship program nina akoso. So what juma? Why do you lose all your seats in parliament to pair up or equal up with the opposition that lost all the seats that they had? At least they lost it majority of their seats. It means, sir, 4 years, you could not do what? You could not deliver. Sir, 4 years, that election had over power, the numbers were not legitimate numbers. They were not the real numbers. The numbers you got, you manufactured the numbers. And after 2020 elections, Nana Danko Kufuor catch Ghana for say he's done. From 2020, he didn't care again because he realized that he's lost the election twice. When Kufuor sat down to analyze, say he has never won legitimate elections in Ghana. So from 2020, he was pissed off. He didn't care about anybody else again because that was the 5th time or the 4th time he was contesting. Just boldly say he had won an election convincingly. So 2020 elections, he got angry with Ghanaians. He was angry within because he realized that legitimately he has not won a legitimate election in Ghana. And he decided not to care again. Until you saw the country on autopilot. Now he did not care. He did not do reshuffling. The country was going down. The corruption was high. Nepotism was out of the roof. They were creating family air companies to dupe us. He did not care because he realized Ghanaians did not want him in the first place. Until at a point, we were asking questions. Ekufuor saw it in 2020. He realized it in 2020. He realized that Ghana for Nyankwasiafo and in 2024, he knew Bawumia was going to lose. Nana Danko Ekufuor, he knew Bawumia was going to lose and he was going to lose miserably because Ekufuor had put together the 2 elections in 2012, 2016 and 2020. He knew he lost the elections. So he knew in 2024, the real numbers were coming. And in 2020, because he knew from the election from day one, he realized that numbers now created in 2017, 16 the Ghana for Trimino. He knew he wasn't going to get it. And in 2020, 82. Into 2024, he knew it. 2024, he knew he wasn't going to win. Into the whole idea was that Jane Mensamu should do magic for him. The whole situation was that they were supposed to hack the system. They were supposed to force the narrative on Ghanaians. So that time, not Ghana for Yatnia. Now Juma Ghana for any BA. So they were like, we are ready. We are going to wait at the police stations, count and make sure Nipa a person from the police station, that person wins. And then they break the MPP down. In the end of the MPP phone say, how are you going to come back? They don't have a message. The NPP as a political party, they know that garbage on Muhammad Diawamun is organic. And it's going to take them not less than 16 years to realize it and start working towards it. Yeah. Realistically, say the 41% in the Kracha moving from 41 to 44% in Ghanaian elections is not a joke. You people have no idea. Eh? Say the 41% in the Kracha Bawumia, even though you're 38.2. You have to say you're 41%. Eh? Moving from 41% to 44% in Ghana's election. Abra, Osha Ejuma NDC, I swear to God, you will never come to power. It is going to be tough. You have to nullify this power, nullify the mentality behind it, nullify the leadership. The party needs to restart from the base. The party needs to have a new face. The party needs to be collapsed. Because this group of people, they are still in our heads. The NPP today is a nightmare to Ghanaians. We went through a whole trauma, 8-year trauma under NPP. We saw what Chemawutumi did. We saw what Bawumia did. We saw what Samira Bawumia did. We saw what Kennedy Japan did. We saw what Ekufuor did. Gabi Ochedakon, Bedietuo, Oforiata. We saw what Lord Kome did. We saw what NPP, Afenjoma Kemu, they did in power. How they abused parliament. How Afenjoma Ken basically ran parliament down because his relationship with the Chief Justice Kotonu, the former Chief Justice. We saw what they did in Ghana. The destruction to our river bodies. We saw how the impunity and disrespect, the murdering and the killings, the disrespect to our constitution. We saw all these things. We went through a lot. We cannot just forget this in 20 years. No. You are the same people we live with. We know what you can do. The biggest fear in every Ghanaian today is to hand over power to the NPP. That is the biggest fear. And you people, as a political party, you have still not realized it. The NPP as a political party, they still don't see it. We have still not recovered from the trauma. We are still in there. Still, Ghanaians are even scared. We are always scared because of what you people put us through. And the fact is, the party as we speak, Nyawotamaklo just said it recently. He's a founding member. Also, the party has no leader. Any party that does not have a leader is a criminal. It is a rebel team. They can send people to kill citizens. Party be any leader, no, it lacks direction. And people like us, when we try to explain to the NPP, they still don't get it. Eh? Oh, driver for Nam Ghana, no Muchikana, and the Mohu Bibia Petra Bedu. They are serious businessmen in Ghana. They have sworn heaven and earth. They will never allow anybody to vote for NPP. There are people in Ghana, police for, soldier for, nurse for. They are ordinary Ghanaians. Almost and the NPP. There were people who were in the banking sector. They lost their jobs. There are people who are still living as pensioners. They can never bring themselves to that point where they walk to the ballot and vote for NPP. The things you people made them go through, it is not a joke. And we cannot just get up one day and say, 4 years a refi, 8 years a refi, 10 years. No, it doesn't work like that. That's why I keep telling people, shut the party down. Mungu party no and revive it after 20 years. But what we are seeing, these same faces, Samia Uku, this same criminal, Kojo Ponkruma, Brian Champon, Bawumia, Kennedy Japan, these are the same people, Afenyo Makin. These are the people who destroyed this country. Napo, who? Are you bringing somebody else from somewhere? We know Samira Bawumia. We know how desperate she is to become first lady. We know what Samira wants to use the Flagstaff House to do. No more the TV, Sunni radio, so say, and the court be the witnesses better than the Kemuno. Also, also my ding. Because the witnesses are speaking for the Attorney General or the prosecution. On say, prosecutor na Attorney General no. Witnesses are lining up no in sema omokano ascending shivers down the spine of NPP Akroma. Now omo said that be adena na adwin say eye agro no enya agro and the court be for the first day and the Attorney General friend witnesses omo bedia dance akyere den omo anom ne edubu ahi we adwuma ejuma omo ye no dwuma di omo di ya eboama edubu ahi ewia Ghana. It cross-examination has started. It Attorney General, a friend witnesses by. Say, yentutu the witnesses nano. Na yen adia potia. Almost a year, time omni edubuahi ye juma. Instructions are edubuahi de momo. Sanya edubuahi a bo kronono. And then in a ebich esi court. Now, so we read what actually happened. That was Sibefim. Now, monja de esi court. Me and read kakra. And there are 3 witnesses and omupiemu court. In some see they been a meba kinkan na mejuju machere PZ4 and ntina mo ha Kelvin Taylor PZ4 enyamia anka Newz rebel ko papa ni nyina anka monte and ntina me kind brofo a na ma se juju mu twi na sebio matiase ne akekere Ghana na sebio mu bi na omunum red no munjai na red enye na mo me njujum. The prosecution of Kobina Edubuahin, the former Director General of the Ghana Signals Bureau, NSB, his wife Angela Ejeboating, their associate Mildred Donko, and their jointly owned company Advantage Solutions Limited is intensifying as 3 key witnesses have provided damning testimonies in court. Yes, see, and the CEO court and say, Edubuahin, on any companies are Omebie ebi Advantage Solutions. Any omo can be a okanwa ono so ne omo bo krono ye frɛ no Mildred Donkono. Sa enkofo no ende omo nyina be pie o court ene ye toto nipa miensa sebio omo ka dwumade we ano. Sene ekoye inti ende court Attorney General de sa adansifo nyina we eba court efa Edubuahin asem no ho na ede ne court so. The 4 are currently standing trial for multiple counts, including stealing, causing financial loss to the state, and conspiracy related to alleged diversion of 49.1 million in public funds. Yes, Sandy Power in the Domacojina quarter, and the Yatu Mano, Nininan, Quedua, Attorney General, the Abom, and a chrono. Any chrono ya bo ede yede etia omai ena sebio sika eya pole 49.1 million Ghana cedis sa sika no sa nipa we ewia sa nyoma we na eya Attorney General kwedu odi abo edubu ahene yere Mildred ene omo ka ho a omo bo Ghana chrono mayenjudwam nkwa enim. At the heart of the case is the alleged diversion of 49.1 million from the Bureau of National Communications, the predecessor to NSB, under the guise of purchasing a cyber defense system that investigators say was never delivered. Almost say kwedu amu de bono efa 49 million Ghana cedis we are no efa eye NSB na edubu ahin eda no omuka se omukoto eye computers bi omudi bedi dwuma ama NSB no ama Ghana so enya ho faso na de kosi ye ne se sa 49 million omuso omde kodi sa dwuma ekoto sa computers no ebesi nne sa computers na amba sika ne so ayira eno entina edubu ahin na yire ene Mildred ene omo ne edi eye dwuma omu wi Ghana no ye de omu nyina abegina court momento aso ne edwudwam. So ku anima in some appeal court ne binie mame dwudwam na so amefo ntiase. Due to a need to know security policy within the bureau, where Mildred Kasa no or say she implied with A1's instructions. Yaka say A1 eye edubu ahin ono na eye eden eye accomplice 1 and I say the Attorney General person friend be antuti A1 ana A2 A2 no eye ne yere edubu ahin yere na A1 no eye edubu ahin. Enti due to the need to know security policy within the bureau, she complied with A1's instructions, believing these were legitimate B and C operational accounts, unaware they belong to a private company owned by A1 and A2. Inti obana na yatoto na noa na oye adwuma one eye edubu ahiye adwuma o the same office ono na eye secretary eye sikasem totoye ono na ehwe sikasem so na o se enkrata edubu ahin ehye ne se onsensan no sebio all sign na edubu ahin man instruction se onsign no na odwen se o sign sa enkrata na efrise sika no nyina eye NSB dia na echire na obehu se sa na sika na all sign ama edubu ahin eman instruction say onfa ne nsansha se na yemfa nkoma company bi no sa na company no enye NSB company nemum eye company a edubu ahin ne yire ate A1 and A2 eye cooking oil. So ko anima osa kan sembi Miss Edumua sorry maame na yetoto na no sisi de frɛ no Miss Edumua enye Mildred. Miss Edumua recounted that former Director General Kobina Edubuahin, A1, directly instructed her to write 3 large checks, totaling 49.1 million, payable to BNC operations. Trusting these legitimate yet undisclosed BNC operational accounts, she complied and deposited the funds into a UMB account as directed by A1. Or see, Mr. Dubuahin and a share no or no the boss and catch that say sign check way. Now sign check we are fako 2 accounts we mu. Now the 2 accounts we mu accounts are sebio yeni ankasa so BNC for yeni ankaso ya accounts. No knowing say sa BNC accounts no na enye edubo enye Ghana accounts enye edwuma na omuwo mu accounts na mom na eye account eye edubu ahendia na bebi a odekoto ye no eye sika o deposit ye funds no odeko UMB account mu sa account no eye A1 dia eye edubu ahen account enti maame ne kasa no o se one de checks no ne boss eye edubu ahen directing ne se on sign na on fan koto accounts bi a eye UMB account mu enti sa 49 million no edubu ahen directing ne se on fa enkonkotum because she works under the instructions of edubu ahen. Now, Ms. Edumua also highlighted that reasons for payment from operations accounts were never disclosed to her, and she noted A1's specific reliance on A3 for bank errands, even after A3 had left UMB Bank. Or say, Sikana na osensan edikogu sa UMB account ni mu no. Ose obusa asie nanso eye ne boss eye edubuahen. Eka kire ne se eno de ehia de n'adwuma ne se sika no on move sika no enkoto UMB account im. Na nipa bi a ye friend A3 sebio sa nipa no krampo no saa bebi a oyɛ adwuma no na oni wɔ enso na saa nipa no ɛboa ɛma ɔmo de saa sika no ekogu saa account nim. Nti edubuahen no ɔne de instructions a ɔma edumua ne nyina ne sɛ membusa questions even though no ejuma mu ayewa no say oh sign check and how the sika bi kotu bebi a ye obibi a your friend had the need to know policy also busa boss sika ye de kotu accounts we mu accounts ye de accounts a e ko hwana ho ye dia or say even though sa policy no the boss ka chen say mema na ndwene sa policy no ho or man instructions kete say sika no 49 million no otama on fan koto UMB accounts im e ho e na on fan koto na okoto a e ba beto ye ne Ghana NSB for accounts him, not knowing said, Sa sika ni nyina no na eko edubuahen the private accounts him. Now, we enyina ye court o, the course or court in there. Now, in Sembe because finance director details protocol exploitation. Almost finance director no a friend Edith Ruby Apokuya Edumwa or Sa Juja and Semu. Into my mena okasa no, on na finance director or NSB. Ono ena sebio ebasika sema NSB ho nyina ono ena de nsa hya ase de the boss beka no ene no ye obusa questions kwase ye din na sign check no osai keka nsem bi kan ho oya professional accountant onya kora Edith Ruby Apokuya Edumwa, the director of finance and NSB, corroborated the mechanics of the transfers. She testified that as the custodian of BNC's checkbooks, she was instructed by A1, that is Edubuahin, to write checks for large sums, with payee ambiguously described as BNC operations. Oka esimu dia, anase esimu pi court say. Ono a oye finance director no, ne boss Edubuahin man instructions kitten say, on sign checks na onko tia ema bank accounts are BNC dia. Inti ose Edubuahin na instructing say sa sika no oncho check no no munko tuama BNC company a sebio na onim nipa ne dia na later no behu say sa BNC no enye NSB dia na mum Edubuahin ne yire dia. Now uko enim kakra de si court na medjudwom